cold.
It's snowing.
What?
Do it! Kawaii!
Konnichiwa. So today we've come to Osaka to eat
And travel.
Let's go.
So we traveled to Osaka by Shinkansen or bullet train from Tokyo, and it took around 2.5 hours, and if you take a regular train it takes around 9 hours. So Shinkansen is definitely the way to go. And unlike regular trains in Tokyo or around Japan and also the UK, it's totally okay to eat and even drink alcohol on these trains. Our first stop once we got to Osaka was Nipponbashi Station. So we took the metro to get there. And the reason we went there was to visit Nijo Market, which is full of food and just general craziness.
And also interesting flavored Kit Kat.
This area is a really great place to visit if you want to sample some real Japanese street food. Or, you know, even talk to some robots. And you'll see loads of stalls selling fresh fish. So since we traveled around New Year time, they were selling these special kagami mochi, which is basically a stacked rice cake ball. So how is the mochi? For those of you who don't know, Kobe is really close to Osaka and it has some of the best beef in the world. So after our mochi hunt, we decided to eat some Kobe beef. Have you ever wondered what a grilled melon tastes like? Well, before we left, we couldn't pass up the opportunity to try one.
Oh my god, it's cold. But the shop also had some pretty cool t-shirts. Hi.
Tasty.
Real matcha, but umai. Do?
One thing we should mention before you visit is to be prepared for big crowds.
Alright, let's go to our next location. We are going to Untitled Temple.
So actually, we took a little detour from our original plan to go to the temple, and we first visited a rather unique shrine
Called Umeda Shrine.
It's a short walk from Namba Station or Nijo Market, but since we had the Osaka one-day unlimited metro pass, we decided to be lazy and take a train. Although the shrine is not so well known, it's really close to other popular tourist destinations, such as the famous food street Dotonbori. But it's definitely one of the most striking shrines we've been to. To the left of the shrine itself is this huge demonic-looking lion head, but it looks like someone's not scared. Apparently, this big old mouth is meant to swallow evil spirits and bring visitors good luck.
Okay, on to our next location, Shitennoji.
Which is around a 10-minute walk from the Tennoji station. That is, unless you get lost. Compared to the pagodas of Kyoto, Shitennoji Temple is really quiet. The grounds are really huge, and although it's supposedly Japan's oldest temple, it's not packed out with visitors, so we definitely recommend a visit. And if you're lucky enough to visit on the 21st or 22nd of the month, you'll also be able to stop by a flea market on the grounds. Where are we gonna go now?
Shinsekai to eat lunch. Are you hungry?
Not really. A little. I'm just excited about the food. So with the Metro Free Pass, we took a train to Dobutsuenmai Station, which basically means the station in front of the zoo, hence the weird animal butts. But anyway, from the station, it's a quick walk to the main event, Shinsekai, which means New World. This is another area known for its food, and is often featured on postcards and Instagram posts of Osaka alike. But apparently I had other priorities. A little Shiba meeting. Oh my god, it's literally the cutest thing. Little Shiba meeting. Okay, back on track. This area is known for its kushikatsu, which basically means deep fried things on sticks. We stopped for some different flavoured takoyaki octopus balls. We ordered sauce flavour, salt and mayo, and cod roe.
Yes. Why is takoyaki always so hot? When you eat it, please be careful.
So what do you think? How does it compare to Tokyo's one?
I think it's much softer, but both of them are tasty. So we are gonna climb to Tenkaku.
Huh? 50 minutes? That's way too long. Let's try somewhere else. So after failing to climb the tower, we opted for a slightly more futuristic one. The Umeda Sky Building. Although the building is sometimes called the Floating Garden Observatory, there's no actual plants to speak of, but it does give you a pretty nice view of the Osaka skyline.
40階です。
But a quick warning, with its 2 escalators suspended around 39 floors in the air, it's not recommended if you have a fear of heights. Or you can visit the outside skywalk if you're willing to scare your pants off.
いいじゃん。ベタ。
Are they driving through? Okay, we've got one more thing to show you. So on to the final part of our Osaka journey. Where are we going?
Dotonbori to eat dinner.
Dotonbori is located in the Namba area, and it's probably best described as the Times Square of Osaka. It's debatably the most iconic and probably the most busy spot here, and really no trip to Osaka is complete without paying it a visit. And although our main draw was the food, there's also plenty of shops here.
Let me.
Oh yeah, and no Instagrammer's feed would be complete without saying hi to the Glico Man. In recent years, this canal has become a little bit infamous for people jumping in at Halloween, but maybe it's too cold this time of year for that kind of behaviour. But if you carry along the canal, you'll also find what has to be one of the most unusual Ferris wheels in the world, surrounding Japan's popular discount store Don Quixote.
Can we? Let's go.
Okay, well, technically it's not actually a Ferris wheel since it runs on tracks, but that doesn't make it any less fun or special, especially since it's the only one of this shape in the world. It's also kind of fun to see which character your pod will be sponsored by. We got the Lucky Cow of Happiness, which seems pretty appropriate. That is scary as hell. And it's only 600 yen for adults, so all in all, it's not a bad way to see the Osaka skyline. I'm not gonna move. But I won't lie and say we weren't freaked out by the experience. What is that noise? Was that you? Okay, all the fear and excitement's got to our stomachs, and we're ready for something to eat. And as you can see, there's plenty to feast your eyes on here too. So when in Osaka, you shouldn't pass up the opportunity to eat another one of its delicacies, okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki is often described as Japanese pancake, but it's more like a pancake and an omelette that had a baby and got covered in beautiful brown sauce and also mayo. Would highly recommend. So in the end, we opted for some okonomiyaki and some yakisoba, or fried noodles.
Hoi! Here is the yakisoba. This is Katsuobushi. It's not alive. Don't worry. In restaurants in Tokyo, customers make their own okonomiyaki, but here experts cook it for you. This is the okonomiyaki. It was the best I've ever eaten. Did you realize that was the high? Amazing. I could have eaten like 5 of those.
Yeah, I love Osaka food.
But we need to go to our hotel. Okay, じゃあね、大阪.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave.
We have to get up at 4 tomorrow. Yeah.
4.
Because we are going to Sapporo. Hokkaido,
Okay,
Sapporo.
we gotta sleep.
おやすみなさい。大阪 Thank you. じゃあ北海道楽しみましょう。ドメスティック。Go to gate。早っ。Go to gate。北海道へ。レッツラゴー。うわー、ビーチ。
Everywhere just beach.
寒い。Annoying. Can you see?
Today is a new day and we are in Sapporo.
I'm so excited because this is first time for me.
Yay!
How about you?
Second time. Yay!
Yeah. Hiro.
So first we travelled from the airport to Sapporo, which is famous for its delicious food including seafood, miso, dairy products and corn.
来ちゃった。もう来ちゃった。はい。
So we first stopped at the Susukino district to try and get something to eat.
なんかない？ラーメンない？寿司食べたいな。カニでもいいけどね。カニmiso ramen. カニ行く？ Close.
Since we got here so early, nothing was open yet. But luckily Nijo Market, which is a short walk away, was open and a complete lifesaver.
The market is famous for its seafood and fruit.
So we stopped for a bowl of seafood and rice.
Yes. But we didn't expect the snow after.
It's snowing. Can you see? Can you see? Oh my god! Oh, careful! Oh, it's really cold on my feet. What? What?
ちょっとトイレ行こう。
外で I have to sit down. Don't forget.
Yeah, it should be warm. 寒すぎる。カフェ行こう。
綺麗。
うわ、綺麗。死ぬから。
My hands are numb. My butt is numb. My feet are numb. It's so cold.
あったかい、あったかい。We are going there.
The next stop on our Sapporo itinerary was the Sapporo TV Tower, where you can get a good view of the gridded streets of Sapporo.
We are climbing it. でかっ。Salt cider.
So we're in Odori Park now, right next to the tower. Someone's gonna break their neck today. Ah, kawaii. Ah! Next on the list of must-see sites in Sapporo is the former Hokkaido government building, which is pretty to see from the outside, but probably not worth a visit for now since it's closed for refurbishment.
So on to the next place, the Sapporo Clock Tower.
Oh, free admission today. Okay, go. Again, the clock tower is nothing really to write home about, but we can't complain since the entry was free and we got free soup. Free miso soup! Yay! Free admission! Yay! Nice clock tower. We go back to the hotel, drop our stuff, get warm, and then have a little mini hike. Is it a hike? We're gonna go to a mountain.
Mini mountain.
-7 degrees, so we're all padded up.
So we are going to Moiwa Yama, Mount Moiwa. I'm excited.
I'm scared. I'm scared about how cold it's gonna be.
まあ行きましょう。
While the sun set, we lined up for the ropeway and cable car to Mount Moiwa. The mountain's only small, and at other times of year it would definitely be hikeable, but we didn't fancy the challenge in the snow. From the top of the mountain you can catch a glimpse of the city below if it's not snowy, and ring the lover's bell, which was our way to ring in the new year before taking the last cable car down.
Whoa. You can't see anything.
Can't see anything. But it's kind of beautiful. I mean, I feel like it's winter.
How can I get inside?
Can you see? Can you see?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so cold. And we're back in Suzuki-no to eat. Oh. You can see how cold it is.
This time restaurants have to be open, right? Is it closed?
Apparently not. Since it was New Year, most of the restaurants were closed, but after a bitterly cold walk, we found the holy grail.
Ramen! Finally, the thing I wanted to eat most in Hokkaido, miso butter corn ramen. Hokkaido ramen, うまっ。札幌ありがとう。ファミリーマート行ってきます。ファミリーマート行ってきます。
And New Year's Eve wouldn't be complete without a bit of merriment.
Sapporo only classic.
Happy New Year. -6 now. It's snowing again. Looks like speed tracks.
じゃあまた帰ります。We'll take a movie at the hotel.
See you in a bit. End of day 1 in Sapporo.
How was Sapporo?
Yeah, it was cold but beautiful.
Yeah, all the food are tasty and the people are kind.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
Today's Omisoka.
So New Year's Eve, which means what about Japan? What do we need to do?
We need to eat toshikoshi soba,
End of year soba.
but we don't have any
But we
kitchen.
Yeah.
So we bought
So we bought.
midori no tanuki.
What does that mean though?
Green's tanuki.
Green raccoon dog, but not really raccoon dog.
We're gonna eat it.
Yeah, so we're gonna eat some soba, buckwheat noodles for the new year. So happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Late happy new year everyone. Wishing you a happy and healthy one. Kimachiwarui. Do we have time to go?
4 minutes.
4. Impossible.
絶対大丈
It
夫。
says 6 minutes.
絶対大丈夫。3 minutes.
Ah, cutie. Cutie. Happy New Year! So as you can see, today is a very snowy day. It is also the first day of New Year and the last day of our little trip.
So we're gonna go to the shrine today to pray for New Year. うわ、綺麗。
-16.
北欧見るよ、北欧。
To start the new year in a traditional Japanese style, we visited the largest shrine in Hokkaido, rather excitingly called Hokkaido Shrine, for Hatsumode, the first shrine visit of the new year. We have to wash our hands, it's gonna be freezing. My nose is running. For Hatsumode, people pray and buy lucky charms for the new year, and also pull fortune slips.
おみくじやるか。
Huh?
おみくじ。
Okay.
絶対大吉だから。大吉。大吉だ。
お願いします。
Oh, second.
Egypt.
Nice.
It's not lucky because it keeps ripping. Can we get a mouse? We also bought a Year of the Rat Emma to write our wish for the new year. And after visiting the shrine, we paid a visit to the Sapporo Beer Museum for a spot of light lunch.
We are going to 食べ放題です。うわ、めっちゃいい匂い。ああ、最高。まずはお腹が空いたから。
Oh, Jesus. Oh, いい匂い、いい匂い。Hokkaido is famous for Genghis Khan lamb barbecue and also Sapporo beer, so it only seemed right to pair them together to celebrate New Year's Day in style.
It might not be the most traditional New Year's food, but it was delicious. 絶対うまい、絶対うまい。北海道の。うまい。
Museum. What is it?
Beer chocolate.
Well, I kind of want to eat it. Kawaii! But in hindsight, it might have been better to visit the museum before we got drunk.
Whoa, でっか。That was nice.
Do it! Sad. Angel! Angel!
You can do it by yourself.
Look, it's an angel!
No, angel, your legs.
It's an angel! So it's the end of our trip. How was it?
It was all amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun, but time for us to head back to Tokyo and get on a plane.
I'll miss snow so much.
Yeah, it's really beautiful, look. So thank you, Sapporo and Osaka.
And Osaka.
じゃあね。
Sad. Sad.